Good evening. My name is Thurman Greco, and this show is called Let's Live, and it's coming to you from Woodstock Channel 23 Educational Television and from my Let's Live YouTube channel, which I invite you to visit. There's many, many years of shows and interviews on YouTube that are now being loaded. But rather than talking about YouTube tonight, I have an extremely timely, important, and exciting show this evening because I am introducing a new show called Hope on the Road. And Hope on the Road came to me as a result of interacting with people who are so stressed out. And I know that when things get really stressed out and when things become very challenging, I have a tendency to go to Reiki because Reiki is so grounding. It's universal. It's very spiritual. It's very easy to do. Reiki offers a lot for me. So when I realized that people were becoming more and more stressed, I somehow discovered this show. And this show is something that I am doing, and I am at this moment offering. I'll take it to a church, a library, somebody's home. I'll take it to a street corner. I will take it anywhere someone wants it. And it costs absolutely no money, and Hope on the Road only takes an hour. But the biggest thing about Hope on the Road is that if you are a Reiki practitioner, you can do this too, because it is very, very simple. And so I'm going to start off by introducing myself. The Hope on the Road has three parts. The first part is the introduction, which we have now, and then it is a guided meditation. The second part of Hope on the Road is the Reiki session itself, and the third part is the hand blessing at the end. And as an introduction, if this were a group of people here with me this evening, and we were doing this Hope on the Road production with a group, we would all be saying our names and introducing ourselves. You do not have to be a Reiki practitioner to join Hope on the Road. All we need is one Reiki practitioner to practice, to bring in the Reiki during the production. But I will introduce myself. I am a Reiki master teacher. I do practice 9 different kinds of Reiki, most of which I learned in Virginia. And I learned most of those Reikis from a woman in Vienna, Virginia, by the name of Mary Ruth Van Landingham. And I did learn one of them from Tom Rigler, who was in Baltimore, and that was the Gendai Reiki, which is a world famous spiritual Reiki. Reiki does many, many different things, and the different Reikis have different focuses. And the different Reikis that I learned, the Tom Rigler's was truly a spiritual Reiki. It's interested in spiritual healing as opposed to many people being interested in physical healing. I do teach Reiki and I do practice Reiki. Now, we will go into in a few moments a Reiki session, and then we are going, after we do the guided meditation, and then at the end we will have a hand blessing. If you want to do this, if you want to take your version of Hope on the Road and you don't feel comfortable with a guided meditation, you can go to my Reflexology for the Spirit blog and find this guided meditation under Hope. And if you get to the Reflexology for the Spirit blog and you cannot find it, feel free to send me an email, thurmangreco@gmail.com, and I will help you find that guided meditation. And when we come to the hand blessing, there is the hand blessing also in one of the blog posts, recent blog posts in Reflexology for the Spirit. We have here this evening, because this is a very special Reiki production, Karen White donated the ingredients for this spiritual altar. And I'm very touched by this because I am not a real altar person. And Karen is on the Altar Society at St. Gregory's Episcopal Church. So she is more into the altar situation than I am. And she brought every bit of this over here. So I think it's lovely. And one of the things that we do have in this altar is we do have the basil. And this is so touching because every time it moves, you smell it, which is truly gorgeous. And we've got stones, we have got sound, we've got bells, we have many, and we have shells, and I have a birdhouse that was given to me, and I love birdhouses, and to me, this is symbolically bringing in nature and all of the things that we include in nature are included in this birdhouse. And of course, because I am in healing, and because I have written some books about healing, I have copies of the Healer's Handbook, which does include Reiki and reflexology and chakra healing. And I have a key. The key is the international symbol for those who are unhoused. We used to call them homeless, but we don't call them homeless anymore. You are unhoused, which I think is a much kinder phrase than that. And of course, we have an open vessel to receive the blessings. And we have the shells, we have different things here. So this is a lovely way to introduce Hope on the Road. So I want to begin Hope on the Road, the first portion of, we're continuing with the first portion of Hope on the Road with this guided meditation, which I'm going to read now. Hope. Hope focuses on renewal, rebirth, and healing. Find a place to be comfortable where you can rest undisturbed at this time. As we experience this meditation, feel the old drop away and the new opportunities present themselves. Leave everything around you behind and focus your attention on yourself. And relax as you go on this journey. Get comfortable. Breathe in from your abdomen, slowly, 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 to the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, hold your breath to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now, exhale to the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Repeat this breathing pattern 3 more times. In, 1, 2, 3. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 1, 2, 3. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 1, 2, 3. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. And out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue to breathe deeply as you go into this relaxation. Your relaxation becomes a blanket of warmth. Sink into the quiet place inside yourself. Be calm and peaceful now. It's time for your journey. You are strolling along a path in a forest. Notice where you are, and how does the way feel under your feet? Is it smooth or grassy? Are there pebbles? And what kind of shoes are you wearing? As you walk along this path, take a moment to feel the air on your skin, the sunlight shining down on you. Gentle breezes caress your clothes. As you travel, observe the sights, the sounds, and the fragrances of birds, butterflies, and the wind in the trees. How do you feel about this place? And how do you feel beyond your body? Strolling for a short time, you come to a clearing in the forest with openings to different paths. As you look at the different paths, one attracts you. As you look down this path, you see something shiny in the sun off in the distance. This shiny spot in the sun draws you. What is it? You walk along this path you just selected. How does it feel under your feet now? Is it smooth? Are there pebbles? Is it a dirt path? And are there stepping stones? As you walk toward the shiny spot ahead, you feel layers and layers of your past drop away. The weight of the world evaporates from your shoulders. You soon arrive at the end of the path where you see a bench, and it seems to be waiting for you. There on this bench, you see new clothes neatly folded. When you look at them, you see they are more beautiful than any you've ever seen before. You remove the clothes you're wearing and you put on these new clothes. They are a perfect fit. You walk up a slight hill toward the shining object you saw at the beginning of your walk. And as you approach the glowing object, you discover that it's a mirror. You look in this mirror and you see your reflection. You see the person that you've always known you were. You see the person that you have always wanted to be. You see yourself as strong and happy. And now you can continue to explore the new you as you return to this room. You know that you can return to this place anytime you want. Stretch your muscles and move around a few moments. Move your muscles a little bit. And we are now going to go into the next part of this Hope on the Road production. And that is the Reiki part. So what I am going to do is I am asking everyone in the audience who is a Reiki practitioner to join me in this Reiki. And let us practice Reiki with the intention of bringing hope to those around us. And you can practice the Reiki any way that you are accustomed to practicing. What I am going to do is I am going to offer Reiki to you and to everyone. And if there is someone out there who does not feel comfortable receiving the Reiki right this minute, then I request that it continue on to the women and children in Afghanistan. And we are going to carry on with this Reiki healing. I'm going to offer, first of all, Reiki to the head. We're going to offer a position on the head where you bring your hands onto the head and you hold them for 2 to 3 minutes on the scalp. And you can notice what you feel when you either receive the Reiki that I'm sending to you or you give the Reiki to someone. What do you feel? Reiki does have a feel to it. Sometimes when people first begin to learn Reiki, they say that they don't necessarily understand what the feeling is. And so sometimes it takes a little bit before people really understand what they feel. But it's there, and you will eventually feel it. And sometimes when people send Reiki or receive Reiki, they see things. They also hear things. So all of these things are positive, and they are all good. After you have placed your hands on the top of someone's head, you can move them down to the base of the skull, down to the occipital ridge, and hold your hands there for a few minutes. The occipital ridge is the base of the skull, where the skull meets the cervical spine. And that's where we have the atlas and the axis. And that's where we can move the head from left to right. This is a wonderful place to offer Reiki to a person. It's a very comforting place. It's a very comfortable place. Not only comforting, but comfortable. And you may feel heat. You may feel cold. You may feel tingling. And after you have had your hands on the base of the skull, you can place your hands at someone else's head, or if the person is not there, you can offer distance Reiki to that person's skull. The next place that I really like to go to the shoulders. You know, we carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. And this is a very challenging time for everyone. So we feel a lot of stress on our shoulders. And sometimes, you know, people's shoulders become very stressed and they can't move their necks. They have problems moving their necks, or they're having problems moving their shoulders. So it helps if you can offer Reiki to someone's shoulders. And then, of course, I like to come down to the thymus and the front of the neck. I do not generally offer Reiki to someone right on the neck, because that's a very, very sensitive part of the body. And right now, people are having such problems speaking what they feel. They are having problems giving words to what they feel. So the throat would be a very very delicate place. So then we go down to the thymus. And the thymus is a healing gland, which is located right beneath the throat and beneath, right under the throat there. You can feel the thymus. As you offer Reiki to yourself, if you are going to offer Reiki to Reiki, distance Reiki out into the world, you can hold your hands like this and offer the Reiki. You can, if it's more comfortable, you can hold a pillow. You can even hold a doll. You can hold whatever it is that will make it easier for you to give the Reiki. And one of the things that I do, if I give Reiki to myself, is I will offer Reiki to my upper arms. Our upper arms carry so much. It's very difficult for our upper arms to do the job sometimes that they need to do. And so I'll hold my hands like this. Sometimes when I have trouble sleeping, I will offer Reiki to myself. And this is one of the things that I will offer. Then I will offer Reiki to my upper abdomen. Now this is a very nice place for Reiki, because this is the solar plexus. This is where the muscles in the lower abdomen meet with the muscles in the upper abdomen and in the chest. So you have a lot of things that come together here. So if you have an opportunity, you can send Reiki to your solar plexus. And you can stay here as long as you are comfortable, because this is one of the strongest points and one of the neediest points that we have. So we do have a need for much Reiki there. Also, I'll come out from the solar plexus and I will come over to the side. If you can see my left hand and my right hand, my right hand is on the liver, the left hand is on, I'm having a senior moment now. There is an organ there on the left hand, under the left hand. And I offer Reiki to both of those body parts, because this is where we carry a lot of anger, a lot of fear, and it's where we do a lot of healing. And these points, these two places, are where a lot of the toxins are processed in the body. So holding them there is very important. And then going down, you're going to go down to the abdomen, and you're going to hold your hands on each side of your abdomen. This is very important. This is your lower intestines. This is where we do a lot of digesting. This is where we have our abdominal brain, and we can send healing to our abdominal brain. We can send healing to our abdomen, because that's where we get our nutrients. You have heard, and I believe, that illness begins in the intestinal tract. It also ends. That's where the wellness happens also. So there's a lot that happens there. Then, after you have held your hands there for several minutes, you can go down to where you are actually holding your hands at where your legs are joining your body. That's a very, very important thing that you can do for yourself. Anytime you can go to a joint, if you can go to an elbow, if you can go to a wrist, if you can go to the neck and offer Reiki to your neck, everywhere we have joints, that's where we can use healing. There is no question but what we can use healing. And then after you have done the hips and gone to the front of the hips and the bottom of the abdomen, go down to your knees and offer healing to your knees. And if you are a Reiki practitioner, join me now in sending healing to people's knees all over the world. So many people are having problems with their knees right now. And it has to do with the stress. It has to do with the problems that we are experiencing in this life. It's just very, very challenging now. And then finally, go down your knees and go down to your ankles and feet and send healing Reiki to your ankles and feet. You could not ask for a more wonderful thing than to send healing to your hands and to your ankles and feet. Because that's, our feet are what lead us through life. This is how we get through life. Now, I would like for us to sit quietly for a moment and send Reiki. Send Reiki to someone maybe that you haven't spoken to in a while, or maybe someone that you haven't been comfortable with in a while. Send Reiki and healing to that person, because that's all about hope. Hope is sending healing to someone. That's an important thing that we all do. And send healing. Heal your hands. Your hands are so important to you. And your elbows. Send healing to your elbows. And send healing to your eyes. Our eyes see so much. And it is hard sometimes to even grasp what it is that we have seen. And now I would like for you to sit for a moment and just feel the Reiki. And I hope that even if you do not practice Reiki, that you have gone through this exercise with us. Because if you do not practice Reiki and you hold your hands in the places, someone has been sending distant Reiki in your direction and will be. And also keep in mind that you can contact me and receive a Hope on the Road production. There is no charge for this. If it is within reason, I will be happy to go there. I can do this on Zoom. I can do this in a room. I can do this out in a garden. I can do Hope on the Road wherever people need it. And now I am going to send you a blessing. When you touch someone, may you show them love. In your work, may mercy and justice shine forth. May love guide and protect you and those you serve. And with your touch, may your hands nurture and care for the lonely. May your hands give peace to those in fear and pain. In every task and touch, may your hands give comfort. And thank you very, very much. You can always bring this up whenever you need to on YouTube. This will be on a YouTube channel. And contact me if you would like to schedule a Hope on the Road session. And thank you again.